A Human Tomorrow. Finishing off her coffee, Nora read over the file on her screen one last time. Through the bay window on the third and top floor at the Atos building, Kampala was slowly awakening to a soft orange light. Everything was so quiet that she jumped when Joan, the hub manager, came to sit next to her. They chatted amicably for a while about their morning routines, then came to the topic that had been on Nora's mind: Birdland. They were Nora's client, and since the recent financial crisis, the company's founder, Moses Nakato, had developed a sort of allergy to anything involving automation, cryptocurrency, and NFTs. Joan reassured Nora that her approach to the client relationship was the right one, and the two young women parted ways, agreeing to meet later at their evening yoga class. Nora gathered her things and sped through the building, which a newcomer might take to be more like an artist's loft than a high-tech company, and straddled her bike. The Atos headquarters was in the center of Kampala, but 4 other small buildings had since been assigned to employees as well. These were less well situated than Nora's building. Atospheres, the metaverse house, almost made this relative distance irrelevant. And because the company had made such progress with digital workplaces, it had become one of the key areas of business, alongside cloud computing and hyperscale infrastructure. In fact, hyperscale infrastructure was of primary concern to Birdland, a company that developed monitoring systems to protect populations against floods and droughts. Nora had been away for a month to do some volunteer work as part of the Atos Volunteer Time Off Scheme. Seeing the infamous Moses, who considered Nora as a full member of his project, much more than just a service provider, was something she was looking forward to. A lot happened while you were away, Nora. We had a fairly major flood which kept us pretty busy, but we were notified as soon as the water level first rose by the real-time alert and data interpretation system that we worked on together, and we were able to let the government and local people know as soon as possible. Thanks again. I'm delighted to hear that, Moses. That's what pervasive artificial intelligence is for, to focus on the action plan that needs implementing on the spot. With the real-time monitoring platform and automated data analysis of your connected devices, you have all you need to make the right decisions. And the hybrid cloud device that has already been in place for several years ensures that you are more flexible and optimizes your consumption based on your activity. Moses scratched his head. You've looked after our infrastructure needs so well, Nora. I obviously trust you 100%. Your firm isn't number 1 in Europe in this field for nothing. But you were talking about consumption. That brings me on the subject of decarbonization. You know that's something we feel strongly about. And we feel strongly about it too, Moses. Obviously. The infrastructure we develop for you will be part of a microgrid and connected to 2 renewable energy sources: hydrogen and photovoltaic. But if you want a more technical presentation, I think I'll hand over to Ava. Ah, the mysterious Ava. You often talk about her, but I haven't had the chance to meet her yet. The time has come. So put those on, Moses. She handed him a pair of chunky glasses, which Moses recognized as a mixed reality terminal. After putting on her own pair, Nora tapped and swiped on her tablet, and soon, a young person with short hair appeared in front of them. Hello, Nora. Hello, Mr. Nakato. What can I help you with? I think Moses would like a slightly more technical explanation than what I'm able to give him about our green energy supply. Ava looked delighted. Of course. I'll even treat you to a simulation when the time comes. Ready? Let's do it. During the minutes that followed, a 3D model of the future installations took shape before Nora and her client, who looked on, fascinated. Ava tailored her technical explanations to suit her audience's theoretical knowledge, and the presentation was crystal clear. As Ava wrapped up, Moses Nakato looked enthusiastic and reassured. She waved them goodbye. Well, your Ava is quite a character, isn't she? I'm certainly not disappointed. It's amazing, she's so clever for her age. Yes, she's only 3 years old. Moses sputtered. What? Nora burst out laughing. Moses, Ava is a form of artificial intelligence, not a person. I know. Since the crisis, you've been reticent about it. But as you can see, she's not here to replace me. Just to save me time. He wiped his forehead. Well, as long as I have a flesh and blood Nora to advise me, I'll get used to it. There will always be a flesh and blood Nora, Moses. Without that, nothing would make sense, don't you think? He nodded in agreement, and when Nora left him 2 hours later, she didn't feel like she had done a day's work. She felt like she had made a contribution to progress in the world. And that was all she needed to feel happy.